The legend, the
All
man
right.
himself,
All right. What's good?
MELLE MEL. How you feeling today? Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We in the building.
You're looking great right now. You're looking great.
Hey, I'm holding on with both hands, but I'm still here.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, being an artist is a way of life, a calling, a vocation, not a job. You know, the true artist never stops being creative, is in the DNA. You embody that. It's an honor to have you on the show as a true originator, as the first. When you talk about MC, when you talk about all the things that you've brought into the culture. And to me, personally, the most influential that's still doing it and still vibrant. And the drive that is so evident, the passion, the truth that comes out of your mouth. What are your current goals right now? I want to start now. What are your current goals right now and
well,
aspirations?
currently, right now is just to, you know how like New Year's just came in, and then everybody said, okay, yeah, well, what's your New Year's resolution? It's just to do what I've been doing the last 40 years, just to keep doing what I'm doing. You stay in the gym, you get in the studio, you make your music. You know what I mean? You get on stage, you try to, you try to rock the crowd. And the main thing is you just keep trying to have fun with it. I mean, once you lose that, then I done lost focus in my calling. Because it's like you said, is a calling. And it's not like, I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but I never had a hard day's work in my life because I love doing it. This is who I am. So I just
Yeah.
want to keep it going. We got some fitness things that we working on. We trying to put together a residency for Las Vegas, and just to keep the whole aspect of classic hip hop, and actually to reinvent it. You know what I mean? So that
Right, right, right. It's important.
it's like it's this disconnect between young hip hop and old hip hop, and it's the same thing. That's a false narrative. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and bridging that gap. What do you want your legacy to be? I mean, right now we know it for what it is, but what is, when you think about, 10, 15, 20 years from now, what do you want your legacy to be?
I mean, just to put it plain and simple, I'm just a dude that knew how to have a good time. You know what I mean? hey, I talk to kids all the time. Our kids, they have this little uh not necessarily an attitude or a chip on their shoulder, but they have
Right.
this thing like life is so hard. They really don't have it hard, but they have this thing like life is so hard and it's so much that they got to do. And what I explain to them kids is like life is a beautiful thing if you just shut the hell up and let yourself live it.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
That's true.
it's not like we waking up and breaking our back from sun up to sundown.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Of course, you got to put in the work, and then that's the thing that a lot of the young people, that's what they miss that. But other than that, I think I lived I lived a pretty good life. I mean, I'm not rich, I'm not broke. I can still do what I do. I'm healthy. You know what I mean? I'm happy, and I could still strive to get better. I could still, I'm still getting better at it. And it's life. Like I said, if you just,
Which is
if the
important.
average person just shut the hell up, put in your work, and allow yourself to enjoy your life,
Stop
'cause
complaining.
yeah. I mean, because look, even if you do got something to complain about, who's really listening? Nobody.
Right. Ain't nobody listening.
So there you are. You have to, and the main thing is you have to put in the work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to think that Puffy or Jay-Z is going to ride up on you in the limo and open the door. Hey,
Yeah.
what you doing? Nothing. You want to come up? Yeah,
That ain't
yeah.
happening.
Boom. That's not going to happen.
Nah.
You have to put in the work, and you have to continue to put in the work. It never stops. And even if you're a parent, I got a son. He's one of my, well, all my kids are grown. And he's grown man, and he's like, I'm busting my ass, pops, and trying to take care of the kids. I'm like, well, you got to continue to bust your ass to take care of them kids. And right after that, I had to send them some money. And I'm like, it don't stop. You see, I just sent you some money and you're broke.
Right.
So it never stops, but you have to find that place in life where you know you're calling and the limit of it. Everything ain't going to be great, but hey, look, it's people on the other side of the world and in other places, they ain't got nothing to look forward to.
Nothing.
They ain't got nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
So
you got people that are going miles and miles just to get some water.
Right, just to get and the water ain't even clean water.
Right.
I mean, look,
that's real talk.
I look at it real simple. Imagine using an outhouse. We don't know nothing about that. Our generation, our kids, we don't know nothing about that.
Nothing about it.
It's people that got to go. It's people that don't even know what I'm talking about. They don't know what an outhouse is. But I mean,
crazy.
It's a bathroom, and it's not in the house. It's
somewhere
up the street.
It's outside.
that everybody used it for like the last 50 years.
Oh,
we don't have that. We're actually we're blessed.
We're very blessed.
We got cars, we got planes, we got boats. Yeah. We got and if people knew how to just be a little nicer to other people, because see, that's what's going on. If you look at a lot of that,
it's bad, man.
On the internet is, and you know what? And see, at being a visionary, if you could put yourself in the future, that's what's going to make it a lot easier for that artificial intelligence that they're talking about. That's going to make it a lot easier for them to bring that into fruition, because people have this thing inside them that they just don't want to be nice to each other.
They don't.
You know what I mean?
They really don't.
And a lot of it, as far as we're concerned, is racism. And white people think like they would say, oh, well, we don't want the Jews to replace us, or we don't want the Latinos to replace us. The machine's gonna replace you, because you have it in you to whereas you don't like to be around other people. And they're gonna put that machine in front of you, and at first you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's cool because I don't gotta talk to them goddamn Mexicans.
Right. Yeah, but that's going.
But you can't complain with that machine. The machine just might mace you if you do too much complaining.
That's it.
It might mace you in the face. You know what I mean? Get out of here. Take your cheeseburger and get out of here.
That's it.
And that's part of being an entertainer. You be around so many different people. You know what I mean? And the main thing is you get what you give out. The energy that you get is the same energy that you give out. So you always got to keep a positive energy, and if you got a job to do, you do it. You don't. It's just like you don't bring your problems home.
Exactly.
You don't bring your problems.
You got to be able to separate that.
Right. You don't bring your problems to your job either. If I had a bad day at home, if I'm on stage, I got to come across like I ain't got a care in the world.
That's right. That's true. Now, you've been blessed tremendously. What would you say is one of the most meaningful accomplishments that you've accomplished? That is dear to your heart.
Well, for me, I would say it's between having all my kids, having all my children, and me just staying in the gym. I mean, that's just something that I love to do. I've been, and especially the last 15 years, I've been, running on a nice little clip, but just staying healthy. Not necessarily eating good, because I don't beat myself up with what I eat, but you get in the gym, you work it out, and and I think those two things, would be, because people find it hard to stay in decent shape, and a lot of that is mental. It's not, being in shape has very less to do with with being physical, but more to having the discipline to just, to just do something. Like people say, I got time. You got time. I don't have time. They say I don't have time. You got time until you ain't got no time left.
That's right.
But if you're going to hit that gym, you're going to have a little more time.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I that's why I admire boxers. I have a lot of friends that are the boxers and stuff like that. And I mean, just their dedication that they do to make weight and to all those things. I mean, it's fascinating, and it motivates me and it inspires me.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of that is mental discipline, but they both work hand in hand. What you are physically and your physicality has a lot to do with your mental discipline. Like I said, I talk to kids all the time, and I always just try to explain them. You see Michael Jordan as a guy that you bought, you like his sneakers.
Right.
I would see him as a guy that, was one of the greatest basketball players that ever played a game. But in order for Michael Jordan to be Michael Jordan, what you think he took 10 shots? What you think he took 150 shots? What you think he took 1,000 shots? He might have took like something like 250,000 shots before he even got good.
Yeah.
Before he got good.
Because he made a serious leap, man, from college to pros.
Right. And that's before he got good. He had to be, and when you make it to the pros, you have to be the best in your neighborhood as a child. And when in junior high school, you have to be the best. And then when you go to high school, you have to be the best. When you go to college, you have to be in the starting five. You have to be one of 5 best. When you go to the pros, I mean, you could count. It's only in the thousands about how many guys ever been to the pros. Ever.
Yeah, ever.
It's only in the thousands in the history of basketball, which is the NBA 50 years. So now for you to be one of the couple of thousand guys that ever made it to the pros,
it's crazy.
In 50 years, it takes, it takes work. For me to be who I am. How many rhymes did I write? How many rhymes did I think of? How many bad rhymes did I write?
Right.
How many shows did I do? How many times did I flop? You know what I mean? All of that comes into the equation of how good you're going to turn out in the end, or how good you're going to be. Period. And then on top of that, you still need to be lucky.
You're still right. You got to get a break.
Right.
You got to get a break.
Because I know in my life, I mean, I was young, I'm wild, we out in the streets, as many times I could have slipped and fell, but or even from the beginning where the older guys, the older cats gave me a pass. I didn't get a lot of, Mel, come with us, we gonna rob the store, you look out. We didn't get a lot of that. They knew how I came up. They knew we was struggling. They picked, the guy, the other weird guy that I used to run around with. And to this day, that guy been dead. Those type of guys, as far as the guys that I grew up with, they've been dead, 25, 30 years ago. When we started making records, all those 3 guys that I knew, they've been in jail.
Yeah.
So you gotta work hard, and then on top of that, you gotta be lucky because everybody don't make it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the guys that make it, I consider myself not even blessed. I consider myself truly blessed.
Truly.
Yeah, to be a part of something. Not too many people could say that they're the person that started something in the very beginning that went on to turn into pop culture. The guy that invented basketball, football, baseball, soccer, boxing, they've been gone. Guys that invented Broadway, they've been gone. The guy that put Las Vegas on the map, he's been gone.
Gone.
most of the guys that originated hip hop, I want to say 85% of them are still around.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
Looking at what hip hop means globally, that's a nice feather in your cap. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah,
nice achievement to
that's
be,
a huge achievement.
yeah, to be one of those guys. And that's why you know, to this day I look at myself like a elder statesman or an ambassador, you know, for somebody, and even past the music, just for somebody that just wanna live a decent life. You know what I mean? You know, coming from nothing. You know, God say, yeah, we gotta eat. We gotta, you know, we trying to eat. Y'all eating pretty good. You trying to steal. You
Right.
trying to rob. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen those street guys in the supermarket, you know, buying their family food. You don't see them,
No,
you know,
they're never
the
they're
strip
never in
club
the
making it
supermarket.
rain. You see them in the strip club making it rain. There are all kinds of tsunamis and all that. You
Making
know
it
what I'm saying?
rain.
So you know, it's all on how you look at things. And for me, it's all on as far as like you know, the heritage of music, you know, being a what would be considered a musician or a singer or a performer, you know,
Right.
and I think it's a lot of, there's a lot that goes with it. You know what I mean? You because even with most of the guys that came from back in the day, we didn't make the papers like how these dudes do now.
Yeah,
You know?
it's changed. It's changed dramatically.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
never,
it's crazy.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
crazy. You know, you were popping during the Reaganomic era.
right. And see,
You
the thing
know,
is this: you can't do both. They say in the Bible, you can't obey two masters. You only get one. You only can obey one.
that's so
So
true.
you got these guys, I had a problem with this from back in the day when they first started doing it. Yeah, well, you know, if it wasn't for the music, I could go back in the project and do what? Finish destroying your people. Finish what you started until you got blessed with doing something that bring you more money than you ever seen in your life, and then you'll praise the streets before, you know, because all the young cats say it now. Yeah, you know, it ain't, you know, all the music aside, we repping. The street ain't named Daquan Boulevard or Shaquita Avenue. That
Right,
ain't got
right.
nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. You lucky to get 1 foot out of there. And if you had any sense, you come back and get whoever you can get and keep it pushing.
And keep it pushing. Now, do you think that, you know, when you look at hip hop, when you look at the landscape of hip hop, I mean, how are we going to change this? I mean, people are dying. Takeoff just passed away. The list
Yeah,
goes on and on and on.
yeah. I think and that's a hard call. I mean, you gotta, cause see, the main thing is you gotta separate yourself from them. And what it is, as a community, as a music community, and as a social community, we bought in to the street bullshit.
Yeah,
And I say all the time, in the Black community and in the music community, respect come from the bottom up, not the top down. You see
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
The kids in the street, they don't respect politicians. I mean, even from what happened to Takeoff is a perfect example. When you talk to guys in the street, he wasn't the guy that was arguing. He wasn't a violent dude, but they blame them more than they blame the guy that shot him. And then when you talk to guys, they be like, "Yeah, well, the streets don't respect status, and that's why we don't, as a people, don't got no status,
We got no status.
because that's how we try to that's how we feel we gonna rock out. We gonna respect the little dude, even though they was there under Jay Prince.
Yeah,
You suppose that if you come through on his word, you supposed to be good.
Right.
So they actually did what what was they doing out there? They did what they were supposed to do out there for somebody that's supposed to be loyal to their people in the street.
That's right.
So the reality of it is there is no law in the street. And anybody that could tell you that, they lying to you. Because if you buy into that, oh yeah, big homie so-and-so said, when you come around, you good. But then, the little weirdo that's standing in the back
It's always
get
the
the
little
shooting.
weirdo.
Yeah, could get the shooting.
Yeah.
But big homie so-and-so, he can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Because
Ain't nothing you can
got
do
this.
about it.
Yeah, we the wolves, we the wolves. No, y'all more like rats and roaches. Y'all ain't no wolves. You know what I mean? Because even wolves, they got that alpha wolf, and you ain't gonna cross him. If he go that way, if he go one way, the alpha, everybody go follow the alpha. Ain't no no lone wolf in the back that's gonna just do something that ain't gonna benefit the longevity of the pack. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's goes back to saying is we leading from the bottom up. It ain't no, you hear black people. Why do we have to have leaders? Because if you don't have no leader, you don't have no structure.
No,
and
no
that's what
structure
we
at all.
have.
Yeah.
Like I say all the time, in the streets, they made a law, dumbest law in the world. But it's the only law that they ever made, and the law is snitches get stitches. So now whatever they do is supposed to be all right, even if it ain't all right.
Yeah. It makes it very beneficial for them.
Absolutely. And see, and at the end of the day, you can't nobody tell me where are we going with that. We're not going nowhere with that. And that's why all the other races, they won't say to your face, but behind our backs and in conversations with them, they're like, look at them, look at them. They foolish, they clowns. Look at them. Look how they killing each other.
Look at this foolery.
The Klan is happy right now. They could turn on the TV every day and watch black people brutalize each other and never have to raise a finger. Never have to raise a finger.
They loving it, Melle Mel. They loving it.
They overjoyed. You mean to tell me they did something that we did to ourselves, something that they was trying to do to us for the last 500 years and couldn't.
Yep.
But a little 13-year-old kid will easily get up in the morning, listen to them weird songs, and go look for somebody to kill. He ain't even got a girl. So now you ain't just the same little weirdo that don't even got a girl, but you'll go kill a guy.
Yeah.
Come on now. It's getting, to me personally, I'm tired of looking at it.
I'm tired of looking at it too. And you know what? I'm tired of the record companies pumping all the money into this. And then once someone passes away, they're enjoying the benefits of it. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to realize?
Well,
this is ridiculous.
See, what it is people got to stop being hypocrites and cowards. We've turned into a race of hypocrites and cowards. If anywhere there's a problem, in order for you to get to the solution of the problem, you got to at least acknowledge that you have a problem.
A problem. Yeah.
Out of all the crime that's in the hood, not all what people do in the hood, all this, we gonna come up and we trying to get money. Those are crimes against people. You got educated black people that you cannot sit down and have a real conversation about black on black crime.
Yeah.
They would say that it's something that the white man made up for the detriment of black people. Now, whether it's true or not, it's still a problem. And you can't turn your back on the problem.
It's got to go beyond that. We've heard that, but what are we going to do?
Like I said, we got it until people stop being so hypocritical and cowardly about the situation, is nothing to do, because it's like I said, the respect comes from the bottom up, not the top down. They control us.
Yeah.
Like the person that controls the community is not the politician. It's not the clergyman. You see what I'm saying? It's not the hardworking guy that been in the neighborhood and been successful over the last 30, 40, 50 years. It's the Bloods. It's the Crips. They control what goes on in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is sitting back like, yeah, well, that's how they are. No, I don't know that's how they are. Actually, I don't even care that's how they are, because I don't get a win out of that. I don't get an upside out of that. You know what I mean? Like I was born and raised in the hood, and I would hope that it would always be a place, a place for a brother in the hood. But it's not. After a while, you got to go.
You know what? It would really be nice if you had artists that would have the courage to really tell it like it is. You have artists that have glamorized certain things, but as they grow, as they get older, to say, hey, look, this is not the way to go, and to do it more. You look at your song, White Lines, okay? You got anti-drug song there. You've gone through a lot in your past, dealing with it. You've been open about it. You showed growth. How can artists take that example that you've showed and really change the music and make the music better for people to be able to have something to, have some kind of inspiration? Because there's no inspiration right now.
No, actually, that's kind of simple. Most of 98, 99% of the guys that's in hip hop, they came from some kind of hood, right? And those are the ones that make it, and especially the ones that make it really big. Just stop trying to act like you still hood like that.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not hood like that.
Right.
You a street dude until you no longer in the street, and then you're not a street dude.
You're not Escobar anymore.
And in most cases, you don't come back. And the reality is, you're not supposed to come back unless you come back to try to help somebody.
Right.
And knowing that you can't help everybody, but you want to help somebody. These guys, they live in, in a mansion somewhere where they the only brothers in the neighborhood, and then they still trying to praise what's going on in the hood. Don't do that. Yeah. See, that's where the problem comes in.
That's where the problem starts.
Somebody, right. Like when you get even the terminology, our success breaks down in terminology that comes from the street. When you got a somebody that's very respectable, that who I would respect, or like a LeBron James or a Stephen A. Smith, or and then that's what they do. Yeah, we got to get that bag. We got to get that bag. What bag, LeBron? You just signed a multi-million-dollar contract.
Right.
The kids in the hood, the kids in the schools in the hood, they don't even teach them cursive. You can't sign and the next 10 years, black kids ain't gonna be able to sign contracts. They don't have a signature. They won't have a signature. And we not stressing that part. We not stressing what was it? Oh yeah, Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, so-and-so just got that bag. No, he signed the contract. He had a signature. It's not about getting no bag. It's about building wealth.
Yeah.
Having your career, building wealth, and taking care of your family without the hustle part.
That's what it's about.
And even being that brothers is hustlers by nature, hustling ain't the first. Hustling is the second. Any good hustler, any real hustler tell you have to have a job first before you can have the hustle. The hustle ain't your job. The hustle is always going to be the hustle.
That's right.
But when they run up on you, okay, how did you get that car? And you can't say, oh yeah, I'll be hustling. You know what I mean? You have to say, listen, I got a job. I work for sanitation. And I've been working for sanitation for 15 years, and that's how I got that car.
Right.
Do you be hustling? No, I don't know. But nowadays it's like they all up on the record giving away the hustle.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, oh yeah, and oh yeah, yeah, smoking the weed, and oh yeah, you know, we coming up, yeah, you ain't supposed to give away the hustle. It's the hustle. It ain't nobody even supposed to know.
That's right. That's true.
And he was a true hustler. A dude his name was Junior Trumpet. Every year, you know, he had a new car. You know, like the people that he used to run with, wasn't even none of the people from the block. It was, you know, some white boys or some, nobody on the block knew him. He was the only one that knew him. And he ran everything on that block, from weed to cocaine. He ran numbers. If he seen somebody shooting dice, he come out and cut the game and make sure he take all the money. Because he just doubled down, you know what I mean? And there was nothing that nobody could do with it. And he was a true hustler because nobody knew exactly what he did. They knew what he did on the block, but nobody, when he left that block, nobody knew what he did. He never told nobody.
It was never advertised.
No. I mean, even how these guys sell weed. I talk to people all the time. How do you tell the guy that's on the corner selling dope? And then they be like, how? Like, because he's standing on the corner selling dope. Doing it right there. That's not how to sell dope.
That's
you know what I'm
it.
saying? That's not how to sell dope. That's how to go to jail. Because
that's about it.
Cop drive by, you got to act like you're not doing what you clearly are doing. Like, you know, when the cops roll by, it's like everybody get invisible. No, we ain't here. We ain't standing here. We ain't standing. It's 30 of y'all out there.
Right.
They know exactly what you're doing.
I tell you.
And that's something that nobody calls them out on that.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll
that's call
what
a white
needs
man
to happen.
Out. Right. We'll call a white man out, but we don't call them out.
Yeah.
And they gotta get called out.
What they do.
That's not the way to have a, you know, that's not the way that you're supposed to live.
Yeah.
And that's where we are with it. You know what I mean? I mean, just going back to what we were saying about people being nice to people, we need to be a lot nicer to each other.
We really do.
Instead of, you know, one young guy want to kill the other young guy, and then some other guys want to kill this. It's like, where y'all going with that? You know, op. You know, the op. What are you talking about? You don't have an op. You're your own worst enemy. And on top of that, nobody got a bullet for the white guys.
None. That to me, I have no words for that. I don't understand that. it's the weirdest thing.
It all boils down to them weird, you know. I forget the white dude. It was one of them white dudes, but he was a musician, you know, from back in the day, and he was talking about hip hop, and he said, "Yeah, well, you know, that it ain't even really music." And I'm not going to go that far to say that. I don't agree with what he said. It is music, but It's definitely not good songs. Those songs, you're not 5-10 years from now, you're not going to, you know, even if it's going to be other bad songs, but you're not going to remember these songs that we're listening to now.
We've already forgot how many of them.
Right. Because it's not necessarily a song. You can't play them at a graduation. You can't play them. I mean, obviously they do play them at barbecues, but you can't even play those songs at a funeral.
No.
Like, who made the song, you know, that right now all of your friends are dying? None of y'all made the funeral song. Like, you know, I'm gonna miss you, homie, and
none of that.
You know what I'm saying? The wedding song. The wedding song. You know, it's like a lot of hip hop didn't do us a lot of good. I mean, I you know, like I said, I talk to people all the time. As far as hip hop go, what is a man as far as hip hop is concerned, or what is a woman as far as hip hop is concerned, or how does a man treat his woman as far as hip hop is concerned?
Yeah, as far as hip hop is concerned,
it's not good. None of
yeah.
it is good.
Yeah,
none of it is good.
It needs to be better.
Absolutely, because at least it was some kind of morals to it. You see what I'm saying? It's not no, it's not no morality. If all you thinking about is, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill so and so, and see, and the music always it always trickles down to what society is about. Now, I don't know if a lot of people notice, but I noticed. If you're going on the internet and you just, looking around and peeping around on Facebook and all this just to see the tempo of things. And if you notice, these dudes would not only kill a dude, they would kill their girl quick as hell.
I know.
Young, a 19-year-old girl would get killed by a 21-year-old.
I'm telling you.
Because he beating on her.
What
I mean? That was your girl. That ain't that ain't your dude. That ain't your folks like that. That was your girl.
It's gotten out of control, man. It's really gotten out of control. We got to do a lot of praying
every day, and no female rapper, even after the whole thing with Meg Thee Stallion, they don't speak on that. They don't stand on that. And these broads is literally, they will kill a young dude, will kill his broad. Usually that would happen to somebody in their 40s. Y'all would have some kind of history together. You know what I mean? 30s and 40s. It's happening now. Everybody's in their 20s.
Yeah. That's crazy.
People got to snap out of it. That's not, me myself, I'm just trying to enjoy the rest of the life I got left. I ain't got no time to be, riffing and all this.
I don't got no time for that, MELLE MEL.
Yeah, just too much, bickering and riffing. Even like if you watch the interview ain't even about the music. The interview is, who you got beef with. Is that a valid question?
Is
that
corny,
something
man.
that you want to discuss?
Yeah.
And then you have guys live on the air discussing who they got beef with.
So silly.
That ain't way to have beef.
That's silly.
I'm saying it's all sideways, and a lot of it is enough blame to go around. Like you said, the record companies, but a lot of them DJs and a lot of them people that do them interviews, they got a stake in the game too, because that's the thing that they they project that. As soon as you interview some of these guys, they talking about who they got beef with, and you ain't even supposed to be talking about that. If you're doing an interview about the music, you're talking about the latest song, you're talking about the concert, you know what I mean? You're talking about things of that nature. You ain't talking about, oh yeah, well, when I see so-and-so is on and popping on site and, on God. Come on, man. Come on,
and
man.
These podcasters and stuff, they're just monetizing this garbage.
Right. They make a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. And it's all negative. It's all confusion, and they know better. I mean, even for a radio station to play the songs, because we did radio years ago. I mean, before they where you just couldn't curse. When we first started making records, you had to make a clean version.
Yeah,
no curses
at all.
Even the one or two curses that was on the record, you couldn't have any of them. Why would a radio station play a record that has all of them? The way they kind of bleep it out, it ain't even like bleeped out. They just blur the word, but you know what the guy is saying.
Yeah, it's not the same.
So, I mean, see, my thing, like, as far as, for the 50th anniversary and, it's like you just got to show people what a good time is all about.
And you know what? Let's transition. Let's transition there. Let's get out of the negative light and back to the positive light. 50th anniversary hip hop tribute. And man, I mean, me and you definitely got to do some talking in the near future and some possible collaborations, bringing it out to Vegas.
Yeah. And I think that'll be the perfect place. And now really is the perfect time, because see, hip hop is not necessarily only rappers, it's the culture, it's the rapping, it's the DJ, it's the graffiti, and it's the b-boying. It's a whole, you got this whole conglomeration of talent, and the only thing that's being magnified is the rapping part. But all the other elements, is just as dynamic, and it takes actually it takes more talent, or just as much talent as it takes to be a good rapper, to be a good b-boy, or to be
Absolutely.
a good DJ. So you get enough of that out there, and put that little Vegas, flair to it. I think that'll be, because see, you gotta reteach people on how to have a good time. What is a good time? It ain't like me staring across the room at somebody. Okay, yeah, he looking at me. Oh yeah, why is he looking at me? Look at him. And it's just really having a good time. It's partying. Like we party.
Exactly.
I started out as a b-boy. I was pretty good, and until them Spanish boys started spinning on their head, and I knew I wasn't doing all that. My ball spot was already coming in. I wasn't going to spin on my head. And, you know what I'm saying? But we was having a good time, and to this day, my whole thing is like, I'm going out, I'm going to have a good time.
That's it. I want to enjoy the music. I don't got time for that.
Yeah, and that's what people got to remember. You go to a party to dance and have a good time, and then after that, you go get something to eat, and you go home, and then you get up the next day. Wow, damn, I had a good time. When we do that again, that's what we need to bring back in hip hop, the fun part of it. You know what I mean? Just enjoying your life.
That's what it's about.
And look, in hip hop, if you can enjoy your life and make money, I got been to some of the best parties, or some of the best concerts, and got paid to do it. I'm winning. That's a win-win.
That's a win-win.
I mean, I might have threw around some tip money, but I made money, having a good time. That's a gig right there.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
Right. Have everybody come down to Vegas, you know what I mean? Check into a hotel room.
Come to Vegas, baby. Come see the show.
You know what I mean? The big show. I mean, B-boys, DJs,
We're definitely gonna put this together. I think it's exactly what you said is absolutely right. It's impeccable timing. It's time.
Yeah, absolutely. Cause see, hip hop is like 50 years old. Stop acting like we still in our 20s. I'm 61. If I'm not having a good time, or if I'm not making the type of money that should be on the table, it don't make no sense to me.
That's right.
It don't make no sense to me if with anybody, all the other brothers, or if we ain't gonna be cool, you go this way, I'll go that way. I'm good. I ain't got,
That's it.
Ain't about being tough. I could walk away. I done did that way more many times than I done got into some kind of drama. You know what I mean? It's all good. But at the end of the day, are you having a good time? See then that's what everybody got to ask yourself. Are we having a good time? And the answer is no. So how do we change that? We got to stop all that riffing. Let's get everybody in the room and party.
That's it. No jealousy, no insecurity, no drama.
Without the drama. Let's everybody have some drinks. If we're gonna party, it's gonna be some nice, nice, good-looking folks that we partying with. Be like, yo, that was nice. Get the vibe of like one of them Tom Joyner cruises. Everybody out there like, just having a good time.
Yeah. Now we
gotta bring that vibe back.
Well, let me tell you something. You definitely put the vibe back, and you have been doing it for a long time, working with Sharon, Shaka Khan. The list goes on and on. All the accomplishments that you've done. Is there anyone you would like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Well, actually, like all the people that I would have wanted to work with. Well, okay, no, definitely without a doubt, if it was one, I'd like to do something with Stevie Wonder, because he would be the last. He's like the last of like all the people, coming up that's still around that, I'd like to get a hit with with Stevie, have a hit record with the great Stevie Wonder.
Big Stevie.
I would have loved to do something with Prince or Michael. Actually, well, in a roundabout way, I did work with Prince when we did "I Feel for You," but I wasn't a direct work with him.
Right, right.
He did write the song, and I was on the song. But it would have been good, just cause these would, and when you were talking about Prince and Michael, those were the guys. I mean, they took, they took their art to a whole nother dimension,
whole nother level.
And as you can see, in passing, when those guys passed, everything changed. You know what I mean? The music changed. The images, just the images of what a star, like a real star.
A real star. The entertainment value.
Yeah, it all because this is how talented these guys was.
Yeah.
And very, very few of the guys actually went and chased the talent. Like you got Bruno, he could do it. Neo, he could do it. You know what I mean? It's very few of the guys that could actually, you know what I mean? I love Chris Brown, but he didn't chase the talent.
Nah, he didn't take it.
You know what I mean? I listen to Chris Brown like when I work out, right? And I've been doing it for the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years. I listen to one Chris Brown song over and over and over and over again. Like I don't got a playlist. I don't listen to 8, 9 different songs when I'm training. One song, one Chris Brown song, over and over. Like if you were to look at my iTunes, you would think that I'm a 23-year-old girl, because I just listen to this one Chris Brown song. Love his voice. I love the guy.
Yeah.
But he don't chase the talent. He don't write that song, that graduation song. Like R. Kelly, he could do it before he got caught up.
Oh my God.
You write the song that the graduation song, that funeral song, that wedding song. You write those songs. You don't, because this the kind of talent that Prince and all those cats had that you don't find a lot of that around today.
Yeah.
And guys got the talent. They could sing. They could sing, but they don't. They rather be more street than star.
Street. That's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it.
And me, I consider myself a star. I know I'm from the street, but I always wanted to be a star, and that's why God is great. We in the same building as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Elvis and the Beatles, Prince, Michael, the Rolling Stones. We did it. We did it for real. On a high level. To
on a very high level.
Yeah, to whereas in retrospect, them looking at everything that's going on in hip hop, they even the rock and rollers, they respect what we did because we did it, on the heels of what they was doing. We brought about that next change.
Right.
Where all the music changed, the fashion changed, everything changed.
Yeah, and it really did.
And now it's time to change it again. We just gotta, you gotta put in the work. Cause like I was saying with Michael Jordan, and we gotta take a couple more shots.
Well, let's take a couple of more shots and I tell you one thing, I thank you so much. You are absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to meet you in person. We're definitely going to work on some things in Vegas, and it's just been an honor.
It's my pleasure. And if everybody that's checking this out on the CW, hey, we bring in the party. We gonna have that party, and if you act right, you can come now. You come through if you act right. So we gonna do it big. We gonna do it real big.
Much love to you, my brother.
My brother, God bless.
Yo, what's up, world? I'm back. It's your host, the Rebel Hernandez. And now you're tuned in to the Rebel Rant Radio Show. So, Happy New Year and a big Rebel love to all my supporters as we will continue to educate the youth because none but ourselves can free our minds. Rebel love. I also want to give a big shout out to Jersey Doll and Slykat for giving us a platform like the Mental Margarita Show. Thank you, my brother and sister, for allowing us to showcase our talents and our entrepreneurships to the world. May you always be blessed. We love y'all. And now that we stepped into the year 2023, just remember, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So be focused, get ready, and never look back. Because what's in front of you now is your responsibility to overcome. And in order for you to achieve your goals, you must forget about the past and look into the future. Cool? Alright, cool. Now we ready. So stay tuned to the Mental Margarita Show because I'm back every Sunday giving you my side of the story. But if you want a little more, come to my podcast show on the podbean.com/Rebel Rant Radio every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But if you really want to be all up in the soup, then come visit my new website, rebelrantradio.com. Oh yeah. Be aware of self, be aware of mind, and be aware of others. Thank you, and carpe diem.
Hello, Wes Acton, Dr. Professor Genius of Life, the Universe, and Everything. Back again. Speaking of doctors, since some of them claim to be doctors and they're wrong a lot, I might as well too. So, since we can claim whatever we want now, how many times do you go to the doctor here in the last 10 years? And you're telling them your symptoms, and they're Googling it. Google doctors. See, back when I was a kid, you told me symptoms, they gave you medicine. And you got better. And they didn't Google it. They knew. Because they went to school and got an education, not just a degree. Think about it. I'm not bitter. I'm concerned. So, how many times do you Google it and they're like this, well, it sounds like you're depressed. My bone's sticking out. Yeah, that's obviously a sign of depression. You need physical therapy, behavioral medicine, and a therapist. But, pain. See, and it sounds like you're bitter. What? Yeah. So I'm going to recommend you a good therapist. Here's this drug. And if it doesn't work in 3 weeks, come back and I'll give you something else that gets me my commission. I mean, makes me feel better that I'm healing you. Okay, tickets to Hawaii. No, that doesn't happen. I'm being bitter and I'm making that up, right? Anyway, think about it. Dr. Professor Genius here, because I'm real.
you're starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion. And you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. It's Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at the count of 3, I want to hear you scream, Viva Las Vegas. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Viva Las Vegas! And Main Street was the official local beer stop. Enough slot machine noise to make your ears pop. The cigarette girls walking souvenir shops, while Red Fox had them laughing till the tears drop. Before Steve got a win at the right time, Sig and Roy had a long circus lifeline. Now the strips got a lot of neon light signs. Would you agree there's not another city like mine? Years later, Mayweather got the city hot, and everybody in your city with a TV watch. Celine Dion got celebrities at every spot. Boys the Man even got Jenny on the block. Now here's a culture shock, the desert's got a hockey scene. Golden Knights, yeah, the #1 hockey team. And we even got the Raiders repping Vegas now. So get the champagne, it's time to bring the waiters out.